Good evening. I'm just here to talk about my stem transplant. And the stem transplant, for who all don't know, a stem transplant is when they get so much of your blood out your body. They say I had to collect 40 million. And then it's like no one collects, 40 million in one day. So she like, you got to come back tomorrow. I was like, okay, whatever. And so she ended up calling me, said you don't have to come back. You collected 50 million. So I had to take like all these tests in before I went to the hospital to do my 2 weeks, like a blood test, walk up and down these stairs. It was just so many tests that you had to take. And I always had to take my blood test. And so I finally went to the hospital, got admitted or whatever. That was about 3, 4 days I was in there. And then they did my stem transplant. For all who don't know what a stem transplant is when, they have to purify the blood and then they put it back in your body. So they did that, had to unthaw it or whatever. So they put it in back into my body. It took, I'm gonna say about an hour, a little bit over an hour. So I felt fine. And a couple of days after that, by me having the stem transplant, I had to get a blood transfusion. No, I didn't want to get a blood transfusion, so that took about I'm gonna say almost 2 hours. And then a couple of days after that, I had to get a small bag of chemo just that one time. And so when I had the chemo, you're going to get this feeling. I didn't want to eat. You had to force yourself to eat. I didn't have a desire to talk on the phone, but I made sure I got on the prayer line. And so, every day you have 6, 7 doctors coming in there every morning. So every morning, 5 o'clock, I had to get weighed. I had to get blood drawn, and I had a part in my chest. It was like from here to here, and I still got the scar. So that's how they was drawing the blood. Or if I need medicine, then you be hooked up to all these different type of medicines. And I had to walk every day so I wouldn't get pneumonia, and I did that. And I don't think I could sit up for a long time because when you take that chemo, whew, it's just this feeling you get. So I just pray for everyone who got to get chemo. That's not a good feeling. And so, the time I was in the hospital, I was getting visits, all this and that. Whoever came to visit me, they always had to have a mask on their face. And then once I got out the hospital, I couldn't have, like, my friend brought me roses. I couldn't have those. I couldn't, like, be around no roses. I couldn't see my grandkids. The house had to be spick and span clean. And then, so a couple of days after I got out the hospital, I had to go back to Loyola start. I was going like every week. You gotta get your blood taken, this and that. And so I started doing that. So I was like, can I get this part out of my chest? She was like, well, when your blood work come back, if it's good, you can get it taken out. So I got it taken out. So I'm thinking they're gonna put me to sleep by me having it in there over a month. Your skin just covers the thing. So he pulled it out. I'm screaming because it hurt because it been in there like for over a month. So I haven't had number of good reports ever since I've been going to the doctor. And then so I'm gonna say I came home a day or two early, but while I was in the hospital, I was planning my son's funeral because he passed away in his sleep. So me going through cancer, my son passing away, so I was going through, but I made it. So I still go to the doctor now. I have to go every 3 months to get my blood work taken. And I only take one pill. It's a maintenance pill, chemo pill, maintenance pill. So January 20, I'm supposed to be able to get off because when I left the hospital, they was like, you're going to be on this pill for the rest of your life. So January, I'm supposed to be off this pill and just keep praying everything keeps going fine. And they was like, it is a possibility that it could come back, but I'm not even thinking about it coming back. I'm just going to, keep believing and trusting in the Lord. So that's all we could do. And what else? So I had to be on a bacteria diet when I came home. Like no restaurant food, no food from the grocery store. It always had to be like something that can go in the microwave. And so I'm a vegan. I don't even use a microwave. So I had end up giving my microwave to my daughter when she moved out. And but being a vegan is good. And what else? And then so when I started taking the chemo pill, I told my doctor, I never had bags under my eyes. So I was going to this chemo doctor. So that's how excuse me, I was going to this kidney doctor because they thought something was wrong with my kidneys, but it wasn't. So you just want to, keep track of my blood pressure. My blood pressure is good. And she said, this was a couple of weeks I had to go. I said, why do I have these bags under my eyes? I never had bags. So she took my vitamin D. My vitamin D was like 10. So she put me on these uh, vitamin D3. So I've been taking them. So she said they should go away. But I'm just thankful, like all the stuff that I went through. And I just want to, encourage someone, you don't have to listen to me. You can do your own research because we know the doctor's not going to tell us. And after I started doing my own research, they'll tell you to eat healthy, but they don't tell you what to eat. So that's how I became a vegan. I started doing my own research. I didn't listen to the doctor, so I just started doing my own research. And as I was telling you in another video, I was going to a herbalist. They always want to know, are you going to see a herbalist? You taking any type of tea? So I used to always tell them no. But when I go get some more tea, I'm gonna post it on here so you guys can see how it look. But so I always got good reports when I take the tea. Always good blood work, blood count, excellent, all that. And so I was just keeping a diary, and the overseer, this lady, good lady I used to work with, we still talk. She like, you should do a book, tell your testimony, it might help somebody, lift them up. So I want y'all to go purchase my book. It's called Cancer is Not a Death Sentence. And on the back, it says faith the size of a mustard seed. That's all you need. And every time somebody hear the word cancer, they think you're going to die. But it's a lot of people who have passed away. My mom passed away of breast cancer. My auntie passed away of bladder cancer. So it runs like, heavy in our family. So that's why I had to switch my diet, watch what I eat. And, sugar feeds cancer. So I just watch what I eat now. And then a while back, if I tried to eat like something my daughter had, when I try to eat like regular food, it always messes with my stomach. So I'm gonna stick to my vegan. And so I just want you all to like take care of yourself. Just read my book. Do your own research. Knowledge is power. So do your own research. I still do my research because I don't want to go through having a stem transplant again. And none of that. Because, man, but I end up, everything was good. And every time I went to the doctor, they were like, you look so good. I'm like, how do you supposed to look and you have cancer? They was like, you should see some of the people coming here. They look like death. And what else? Everybody was nice. All the nurses I had was nice. Because I first started off 3 months. I had to get the chemo shots in my stomach. And then, so after the 3 months, I had to give my body a rest because it was almost time for me to get my stem transplant. And then, so I was, I had everything done at Loyola. I was in the hospital in Loyola. And I was getting these other shots in my stomach I had to get before I had my stem transplant to build up something. So I got that done. And I stayed in the hospital for, like I said, for 2 weeks. All the nurses was nice. Everybody I ran in contact with was nice. Other, cancer patients that I talked to, they were nice. And so I just pray for everybody who's going through cancer, even our little bitty babies. So, like I said, do your own research, start eating healthy, change your diet. You don't have to listen to me, but do your research. I still do my research now, today. And, I do a lot of juicing, green juicing. I do a lot of smoothies. I work out because when you're working out, the poison and the toxins come out your body. And what else? But I'm going to keep on posting. So please, please, please subscribe to my channel. And like I said, go support my book. And I'm going to post a picture up here when I was like, didn't have any hair. Like I said, my hair is long now. I just don't ever do nothing to it. But I'm going to post a few pictures on here when I didn't have any hair. And like on this picture, my hair was probably about this long. My daughter braided it up for me because I had to do this photo shoot. And as soon as I got home, they just started falling out because my hair's like real curly. But when it was super short, it was like super duper duper curly. It's still curly now, just, comb it out or whatever. But yes, support, support, support. You won't, you You're gonna enjoy this book, and then it has nice big. Everybody who bought my book says it has nice big letters you can read. It's not them little bitty baby letters. So just subscribe to my channel. Cancer's not a death sentence.